Good morning, everyone. Just adjusting so that y'all can see. I'm using some giant cards today, so I'm trying to adjust myself. Welcome to today's Pick a Card reading. I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot, where we are all about helping people feel more connected and more in alignment with your true desires. Hey, Roxy, good morning. How is Scotland today? Let's see here. Take our Palo Santo and really sincerely lifting up our own agenda, lifting up the parts of us that insist that we have things our way, and we sometimes shut out the divine or our inner being because we're just so sure about what we want. Isn't that the truth? So today I'm jumping into the cards and we're taking a look at what we're not seeing, and Roxy is a leader, a natural leader, and she stepped up with a super chat so that I can draw from 3 decks today for her personally. Meanwhile, I'm going to get started for the cold and sunny. Same here. It's really a beautiful day, but definitely slipping into autumn. And so we're just lifting up our intentions. We're asking our kind guides and angels to speak to us today and help us open our heart to what it is we're not seeing, that we might be standing in our own way. Like that dreaded self sabotage. It can reach out and grab us. So let me just we're going to be using our divine doors for a special blessing at the end of the readings. I'm going to start off with a reading for the collective, and whoever happens to be watching right this minute, this is your moment. Let's pull a card for you and see what it is you're not seeing. Okay, let's see. Reading number 1. For those of you who are just peeking in, thank you. I appreciate your coming to visit me this morning. And what you're not seeing. Okay, so you guys who are watching right now, isn't it true that it would be nice if people would approve of what we're doing? Hey, Golden Light, welcome. Wouldn't it be nice if when we chose a project or a path in life, that our loved ones would just come right to us and cheerlead, tell us how wonderful our idea is, etc. And did you ever notice that's unlikely? There's reasons for that. I think that the universe wants us to stretch and grow outside of our need to seek anybody else's approval. So let's draw our tarot today for the clarity of this beautiful request from the universe. Can you release yourself from needing to have other people's approval? What cards do we have? Take a deep breath. Okay, there's one. What do we need to know about that habit of needing other people's approval? There's no accident that you tuned in. This is a big part of a success blocks for people, and it's something we all humans go through at some point. Some of us are just better to deal with it than others. And Roxy, I'll be doing your reading next. So our first card, we have the Ten of Wands, this sense of a burden. Did you realize that when you are overly concerned about what other people are thinking about you, it becomes a burden that you're carrying? And sometimes when you've been carrying the burden for a long time, it doesn't feel like a burden anymore. It just feels like you're normal. And that can be a real knot in the tangle that's keeping you from what you're really wanting. Here we have the Hermit card, the call from the universe for you to pause for a minute. Hang on. Look in the mirror today, would you, my dear viewer, and ask yourself, am I being held back by my need for approval? Okay. And be honest with yourself. The cool thing is about self discovery is there's nobody there watching over your shoulder. And if you do have a hard time moving forward without cheering and approval, you might want to consider Al-Anon. I recommend Al-Anon for a lot of people who have codependency issues, like your success depends on somebody else saying, yes, you can do this. Okay, and we have the Four of Swords. This is really a call for those of you who are watching right now. There's no accidents. Have you been wondering why you're stuck? There's a part of you that is so tied up with getting the approval of others that you're missing signs that the universe is trying to give you. See these orbs that are floating around our figure? She is so busy considering her choice and hemming and hawing, you know what I mean? Sitting in one place, spinning her wheels because somebody is not approving of her. So this has become a a burden for you. The universe is calling you to pause, stop, spend time with your own self, rest, and really evaluate how could your life advance more quickly if you weren't so tied in to what other people think. Okay, what a great start for our day. I grabbed my beautiful Divine Doors deck and I'm going to add a blessing for you guys. Anybody who's listening and has a little bit of an issue with people pleasing, hit that thumbs up. Let us know that you are joined in to this energy. Hi, Elsa. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, what is our divine door? Okay, here it is. This is the blessing for our first card. If you're a little bit codependent, a little bit needing other people's approval to go forward, this would be your reading. Okay, so let's take a peek. Inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here at this moment in life. You have nothing to fear. This is awesome. Don't be afraid of not having everybody approve of you because you know what? At the end of the day, most people are worried and concerned about their own stuff, and they're not nearly as invested in your success as you think they are. Okay, thank you for getting us started, my dear collective. I really love how birds of a feather flock together and that we're coming together today to see what is it we're not seeing that could be standing in our way. Roxy, this message is for you. Anyone who would like a personal reading, just hit the super chat just like Roxy did, and I will draw from 3 decks for you personally. And if you're happy just watching along, that's cool too. So let's see, Roxy, what do we have for you? Roxy, you are such a faithful follower of my work. I couldn't be more grateful for you. Roxy was the very first member of the Love Club. That's what I call private membership here. And because of that, there's this wonderful connection we've had as we've gotten to know each other over the last few weeks. Every Friday, I do a workshop for my private members. And to this week, we're doing manifesting techniques. These are recorded for your convenience and it's very reasonable. So check out the membership. I think you would love it. Roxy, let's take a look. Ooh, be honest with yourself. Miss Roxy, did that make you smile? Roxy is one of those people. Roxy, I hope you don't mind that I use your work as a teaching moment because I think it's so important to realize that when you're manifesting, you can want to manifest many things at the same time. And some of the manifesting teachers tell us that. They say you can have whatever you want. All you need to do is focus and keep your mind straight and your energy in alignment, and things will come into place. And that could be true, but if you're stalled and if something's not moving quickly enough, you need to be honest with yourself. What is the true priority of what you want right now? I love how she's looking. She's holding her mouth and her eyes. Now, remember, gender doesn't matter here, it's just the energy. But she's holding her mouth, or she's holding her hand over her mouth as if she is afraid to speak. And maybe she's afraid of the truth that she needs to tell to herself. Golden Light, thank you for your super chat, and I'm happy to draw cards for you today. Okay, so let's look at Roxy. Be honest with yourself. What does the tarot have for you? Now, those of you who are watching along, don't be surprised if you actually receive some guidance from somebody else's reading. As I always say, birds of a feather flock together, and it's not surprising at all when somebody else's cards resonate with you. Okay. Okay, so Miss Roxy, let's see what we have for you. First, we have the Four of Cups. So there is some dissolution. Hey, Sarah. Yay. I'm so glad you're here, Sarah. There is a lot of um, honesty that you need with yourself because this is the energy of being bored and being slightly dissatisfied with what you're currently manifesting. This is often a call for gratitude and for focus on what is working out, what is positive right now. Because when you're always looking for something else to fulfill you, it's like the cup stays empty. The more you chase the things that you want, the more frustrating it can be. So the first thing for Roxy is, what is it that you truly want? At the end of the day, what goal is most important with you, for you right now? Also, I'm very in tune with the color of this yellow. The yellow is also repeated here. Yellow is a sign of abundance, but it is also a sign of the solar plexus, which is the energy of self identity and self confidence. Okay, take that in, Rox. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the Ten of Cups, and the Ten of Cups is the card of wish fulfillment when it comes to love and family. So again, if you're somebody who's working on career as well as love, this can be quite a hardship because you feel stretched. And it might explain that look on her face. It's like she's almost afraid to tell herself the truth of what she really, really wants. Sarah, thank you for stepping in with your super chat. You are darling. I will get to you shortly. Okay. And then the other thing is, the other card that we have here is the Emperor card. Okay, Roxy? So the Emperor, again, I feel for you because the Emperor is more about the business side, it's more about career. But in this reading, because we have two cups, I feel like the universe is wanting you to to take charge. The Emperor takes charge. It knows that the energy of that card is in leadership. People look to the Emperor for guidance. And Roxy, I could see how you might have resonated with the first card here today about being able to don't go for other people's expectations, only honor your own. It does seem here that what you're not seeing is that what you think you want may not be what you want. All right. Be in charge of your own manifesting process. Trust in your gut, trust in what it is that you've wanted for the longest time, right? What are the things in your life that you're wanting? And you've been wanting that for a very long time. Be honest with yourself and with your coaches and your mentors, and do what it takes to bring that into fruition. So here is your door. This is your blessing here. And this, again, the repetition of a desire that you've had for a long time. See how ancient this door looks? Let's see what the blessing is. Ooh, I love the magic of 1111. Okay, numbers in doubles, synchronicity in two. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. So, Roxy, it does look like in today's energy that honoring your desire to have love and a relationship does seem to be pulling. Is it enough? Is it what you're truly wanting? Be honest with yourself. There is no harm, no foul when it comes to the universe. The universe doesn't get upset if you decide to change your mind and say, "Okay, I'm going to work and I'm going to put together some ideas for developing love. Yes, my career is important, but right now my heart is sure I'm wanting that happily ever after." Okay, Roxy? All right. And let's move forward. Thank you very much. And now, Golden Light. How generous of you, my friend. Let's draw a card for a Golden Light. What is it that you're not seeing? If you guys, anybody that's dropped in, I'm Catherine. Welcome to my little corner of the world. We're all about finding out how to bring more love and connection into our lives. And love and connection comes with our career also, because being respected and paid well and honored on the job, that's all about self-love. You can't expect somebody to treat you in a way that you don't treat yourself. All right. Much of my work comes around the idea of incorporating self love into your plan. Okay. What else do we have for Golden Light? I love your name, Golden Light. It's just so warm. I have a sense that you have a radiating love around you, that people crave your company because of your peace of mind. Okay, Golden Light, here are your cards. Let's clarify. We'll draw our card for you. Golden Light. What is it that you're not seeing? Okay. Golden Light. Every hurricane comes to an end. So, Golden, what has been happening in your life right now? You don't have to write it here, just hold it in your mind. What is your current storm? Has there been a lot of chaos going on? Is there chaos in your home or at work? It does look like this person, the figure, had to run out of some place and couldn't even put her shoes on. So it definitely shows there's a little chaos going on. Let me sip my tea and then we'll open the tarot. What does Golden Light need to know about this current hurricane? Okay, Nine of Pentacles. I love the Nine of Pentacles. Very cool. Hey, Missy, welcome, girl. Glad to see you today. And the Death card. Very interesting. Some people get all nervous when they see the Death card. They're like, what does that mean? I'm like, don't worry. The Death card means that something around you needs to leave your life. It's time for you to move on from something. And we have the Nine of Wands here, which is all about carrying a burden. Oh, you're welcome, Golden. Okay, so in this storm, there has been a battle of sorts right in your own mind, Golden. The Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Rods. There could not be more opposite energy, and that can be really hard, can't it? When your mind is pulling you one way and your heart is pulling you in another. There's something going on. You know what, Golden? I'm sensing that this is about a relationship. And it's a relationship that's been off and on. And it's really pulled a lot of energy away from you. That you may feel that your own self concept, that your own view of what's possible has been really strained and pushed. And it's not good for us to have that. Love should be, well, not easy, but it should be compatible, where the two people in the relationship are both wanting the same thing and they both want to work in the same direction. Sometimes, if a relationship becomes too much of a burden, let me move this over a little bit so you can see. The relationship can be such a burden that's exhausting. This figure has a bandage around the head, could be a headache to be with your person because you constantly have to adjust yourself to fit with their needs. Sometimes it's great. They come to your life and they make you feel special and they make you feel like everything is right. But then the cycle switches back. It's like there's a story about Jekyll and Hyde, where you can be very, very good or very, very harmful in the same relationship. All right. So, what we have here with the death card is it really, there's something in a current relationship, Golden, that does need to come to an end. Okay. There's the energy of these cards shows that you're getting exhausted by being stretched between these two extremes. All right. So as you go forward, you want to make sure that you are being taken care of. Not that they take care of like doing your laundry or cooking for you. No, no, no. I'm talking about your true emotional needs, that your person is aware of them and willing to work with you. If you communicate what you want in a relationship and the person rejects you, or says, no, I don't want to do that, then it's very important that you look in the mirror for your own self and say, is this okay for me? Is it okay for me to be with someone who does not honor my emotional needs? If you're working too hard in a relationship, it's okay to let it end. All right. There needs to be honesty with yourself, Golden. And if you need to make a run for it, do it. There is somebody out there who is a great partner for you. Sometimes breaking up from a broken relationship is difficult, but the hope is that you've learned and you understand what it takes to be in a great relationship and you're willing to work for it. Okay. I just felt drawn to pull you one more card, which is this Page of Pentacles. Notice the page, look at how there's some concern as she's holding this pentacle. This shows me that your heart does want to create a successful relationship. And the card itself, the page, is all about learning. Okay, so let yourself accept the purpose of this current connection, that it's teaching you what you really want and preparing you for your next person. Okay, so let's draw our divine doors and see what is your final blessing, Golden. And thank you for visiting me tonight. I think it's nighttime in your side of the world, isn't it? Thank you so much for popping in for this reading. Okay, so let's just take a peek. What is Golden? Oh, here's your door. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Now, what I'm seeing is that there's that dark window at the top, and it makes me think about escape, like an escape room, that the door may be closed tight and you may feel like you're stuck, but there is escape for you. Look for the window. Let's see what the blessing is. Intuition, simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know the truth by the way that it feels. Let me just read that one more time. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way it feels. This is completely supportive of the reading, that you are stuck in this relationship between harshness and kindness. And it's not fun, is it, to be in between two energies like that. Take care of yourself, Golden Light. Make sure that you're not compromising too much. Okay? Great advice. We all need that a little bit. How many times do we get stuck in a relationship where people are not treating us right and we just stay? Why do we do that? Okay, so let's see here. Let's go on. And we have Sarah, beautiful Sarah. I'm so glad to see you, Sarah. Sarah is one of the members of my love club, and I am tickled to be able to do weekly workshops for people who want to support the channel. These are private workshops, they're recorded, so you can listen to them at any time. And it's just my way of saying thank you to those of you who are stepping up to support me in this work, because I want to encourage people to be brave and find the loving connection that you deserve. All right. And sometimes we just need to have a teacher show us the places that are stuck, right? And then you can work out of it. That's what we do in our workshops. So be sure to hit the thumbs up, especially if you're here for the first time. Just say hi. And let's go on. Sarah, I love these cards. Do you know this deck? This is I love this, and I think of you with this deck, Sarah. It's believe in your own magic, right? This is a mantra for you. I believe in my own magic. Okay, look at this. Protest, start a revolution. Okay, so Sarah, there's been something going on that's I get a picture of like a fence, or like a yeah, it's like a wrought iron fence that's holding something back. Okay. Don't you love that deck? I do too. I just got the tarot deck that's a companion. Have you added that to your collection yet, Sarah? I love it. This month, when I do your private reading, those of you who join at the butterfly level, you get a reading every month included. And so I'm going to remind myself to use the tarot deck for your reading this month. Okay. So, Miss Sarah, what is it the universe has for you? There's two cards spit out. What is it? What's this revolution? It makes me think about the Beatles song, Revolution. Okay, and this card. So, Sarah, what's going on? What are you not seeing? Yes, there is a tarot deck. It's so great. I love it. I wish I had it right here. I would show it to you. Okay, so let's look at our cards. I'm going to lay them all first before I tell the story. And we have, interesting. Okay. Bina, welcome to the call. Don't worry about being late, girl. I just appreciate you so much. Everybody, shoot up some hearts for my wonderful, magnificent success, Bina, who is my loving moderator. I don't know what I would do without you, Bina. So let's take a look. Sarah, what's going on here? Very interesting. Okay, my gut feeling is that you need to start a revolution in your own heart, that there's something holding you back that's coming from inside of you. Does that make sense to you, Sarah? That, like if something goes on in the outer world and people get signs and they protest something that they care about, what's happening is the universe is calling you to start a revolution within your own heart. What self sabotage is going on for you? Can you gather support around you and create a revolution within your own heart? Sarah, I know you just moved recently and you have new people and you have lost a lot of relationships that were back in your other location. But what we have here, look at these three figures that are gathered together. What I particularly love about this deck is that there are no skinny Barbie dolls in this deck. This is the deck of the real woman. And again, the genders are not specific because it's the energy. But Sarah, I know because we've worked together some that your self-concept has taken a beating over life because you, my dear, are harder on yourself than anybody else. Most people go through a stage of feeling like, what did I do wrong? How can I repair what's happened? I don't even know where to start. And then once your mind starts running in that cycle, it can be so difficult to snap yourself out of it. The promise of these cards is this King of Rods. This is the Ten of Rods, finishing a cycle of being overwhelmed, finishing a cycle. It goes exactly with the start of revolution. Your mind is your worst enemy. Your intellect is a mixed blessing. Because of how you grew up, you had to make sense of it. And so your intellect has been working overtime, but also the intellect is a flawed tool if it doesn't have equal, if you're not being guided by your intuition as well as your intellect. The intuition can be difficult for the intellect to accept because it's less tangible, going by gut feelings and not by facts, right? But your time is coming to an end, Sarah. So put your hand on your heart and just receive that. There's a time of burden that's passing on. Why? Because we have the King of Rods here, which is mastery. The King of Rods, look how his back is turned to the burden. He's still serious about attracting what's important, but the power is there. Notice the lion, the sign of strength. But both of these are turned away from your burden. So for you, Sarah, I really encourage you to use affirmations like, Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so empowered now. Even though I don't know how, my burdens are passing away right now. Okay. Being able to treat yourself with loving respect is going to be hugely important. I hope that you can come to the workshop on Friday. We're going to be doing some work around this very idea, around switching our mindset to be more self accessible, right? You are often kinder to other people than you are to yourself. Isn't that true, Miss Sarah? Because look at this Knight of Cups. Now, the Knight of Cups is often a card that we're excited to see in a love reading. But for you today, this is self love. This is the ability to accept what you've learned, turn your back to the old burdensome life, and embrace the offer from the universe. There's something better for you out there. When you fall into the blues, that's what I call a depression. But when you fall into the blues, it means you're not telling yourself the truth, Sarah. Okay. I am so glad you're here. This is a fantastic card for you. What I would suggest is get this card out of your deck and prop it up somewhere and let it be a reminder for you throughout this day and even the rest of the week. I need to revolt against my own stinking thinking. There's a man named Zig Ziglar, and he has lived in the last century, but he said that, and I loved it. We are responsible for our own stinking thinking. Okay, Sarah? This is a wonderful card. You're just not seeing that the power is yours. It reminds me of the Wizard of Oz, with when Dorothy said, "I should have known this all along," she was learning the key at the end. And I just got a flush of goosebumps across my chest because you have known all along. But if you're constantly saying self destructive thoughts, you don't even see what you don't see. Okay. All right. Let's see, what's your blessing from the divine doors? So anybody else that's here, I'm going to draw for the collective here shortly. But if you would like to have a private, it's not private, a personal reading, well, private readings I totally do. You can email me. Bina will put my email address in there. But you can also, all my butterflies receive a private reading as a gift from me for your support. And Sarah's a butterfly, so you can look forward to that, Sarah. Okay, what door do we have? Ah, this is a beautiful door. This door is just the shape of it reminds me of prayer. It just like I just see the image of praying hands in this door. So I just want you to know that the divine is just loving you so much this morning and really guided you here to this reading today. Let's see what your blessing is. Palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. So we have talked, and I do believe that you have um, spiritual gifts, that you have a natural connection to the esoteric. And indeed, if there's somebody who could read your palm, that might be super fun for you. But I feel like the door is there for you to walk through. And then once you get a little bit of confidence and you sense the kind of people you want to help with cards or with your tea, you will be drawn to being in harmony with having a career, seriously, a career in helping people with esoteric things. You don't have to do it full time, but you can align yourself and get the training and get the experience to reach out. Wouldn't it be neat if you could read cards for people and then create a tea blend that would support them? I think that that would be really an exciting thing for you to look into. Also, Sarah, I'm seeing 55 at the top of my screen, 55. So do peek at the spiritual meaning of the number 55. And I believe that's going to give you confirmation of this reading today. I'm so glad that you came today for our special peek into what you're not seeing. Okay, let's move forward. Thank you for those of you who are visiting me today. This may be your very first time at Fish Out of Water Tarot, And I'm glad you're here. I'm always wanting to help people connect with their higher self and connect with their potential. How can you feel more connected and in alignment? So don't switch away yet. I know I have visitors. Let's draw a card especially for you. What are you not seeing? You were just flipping through, scrolling through the readings, and this five is the number of transitions. Wow, right? That's just super meaningful. I know. So let's take a look here, visitor. You're just viewing for the first time, and what you're not seeing is take a chance on them. Interesting. So somebody is in your life, somebody has shown up that you have had doubt. You want to carry an umbrella because you feel part of you feels, oh, this reminds me of somebody in the past and I better be prepared. What does this mean? And the universe is clearly saying that your fears of being hurt again or your fears of making a mistake may cause you to miss somebody crucial. Okay, this could be a new friend. It doesn't have to be a love interest, but there's somebody in your life right now who wants to come close to you, and you're putting off energy of doubt and insecurity. So let's take a peek here. What does our viewer need to see from the tarot? A new relationship or a new friendship. Oh, it could be a new position. You might have just taken a new job and you're feeling insecure, like, what did I do? What's going on? All right, let's take a look here. What do we have for the collective? Okay, here's our cards. Let's take a peek. And we have justice. Okay, very interesting. Let me lay all the cards first. So something's going on that's demanding that you pause and do not exclude this situation without careful consideration. Five of Cups. Okay. And we have the Nine of Swords. So, yes, so this is a situation where something is causing disruption in your peace of mind, my dear viewer. You have a theme in your life of and I don't mean to hurt anyone's feelings. It's totally normal. Every human has it. But there's a saying called don't cry over spilled milk, meaning that something has happened in the past and you're still hurting. You're still suffering because of the way somebody treated you in the past. So let me tell you, that there is a reason that things don't work out. There's a reason that you moved on or that the other person moved on. And all these raindrops, these are like tears to me, that because something failed in the past, there's been a lot of weeping and suffering, keeping you up at night, not being able to rest because you know you messed it up, right? Blaming yourself. And I'm so sorry to hear that happening for you, my dear viewer, because it's not just. You did the best you could under the circumstances. You made the choices that were only what you thought was best. Now, did you perhaps make a misjudgment and trust someone that ended up hurting you? That could very well be. But we have to remember what the old masters say, which is pain is inevitable and it's universal. Every human has pain in their relationships, but suffering is optional. You can learn to release yourself from the fear of making another mistake. The idea is to turn away from what has bothered you and trust that you have learned your lesson and you want to be you want yourself to have justice, not from another human, no, from your own mind. Let yourself off the hook. The only reason you're losing sleep is because you keep going over and over the past situation. Okay. The colors go together in this card, and all of those tears that are falling, I believe, are filling this river. Notice in the distance is a castle. Notice that behind our figure are two new cups. So, my dear viewer, there are two opportunities coming forward. You don't want to miss out on the blessings that are coming from these two opportunities. Look at how two is repeated here with the humans, and we have two fairies. Okay, so there are opportunities for you. Could be employment, it could be a new friendship or a new relationship, but the universe is calling you to take a chance on the future and make a choice about leaving the past in the past. Now, you guys know that I do tapping, which I love with all my heart. I've been tapping over 20 years, and I offer tapping every Saturday. And it's very easy to take a tapping session with me and very affordable. So Bina's going to put my email address up so that you can contact me if you feel like this is you and you know that you are so disappointed in your decisions from the past and it's just been so difficult for you. Listen, I do something called a love magnet reading. It takes me about 15 minutes. I do it at no charge where you can speak to me. We'll set up an appointment and either WhatsApp or on the phone, and I can explain to you how you can get free from feeling so disenchanted and so disappointed by past love. Okay, so if you're losing sleep because you don't know what to do, just email me. I would love to talk to you and share some wisdom from. I'm 72, I'm a grandmother, and life has taught me many lessons over time. That's all I do is teach those lessons here. So I this card fell out of the deck for the viewer that's watching and you've heard this story and you feel like this could be you. Look at the light streaming in to this area. The light is streaming in on the door and the shadow covers half the door. That's totally this energy where the shadow of your former disappointments is keeping you back from what you could walk into here that is fabulous for you. Let's see the blessing. Yes, beautiful. Change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed at the change beckons today. You do need to change your mindset about what you believe is possible. Tapping will help you. There are a lot of tapping videos right on YouTube. You can do a search and just put tapping for moving on after a breakup or tapping for believing in myself again. And you'll find one. There are literally hundreds of practitioners out there. Of course, I would love to work with you. So if this is striking you and you wonder, is my love magnet strong enough to attract love? Email me. Bina just put the email in there, and I'm happy to speak to you personally and let you know why your love magnet is attracting the wrong thing. Okay? So moving forward, thank you so much for being here. My name is Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot. I am a bit of an introvert, a bit of a social anxiety individual, and much prefer my dogs rather than people sometimes. And so, if you're in that energy, welcome to the party. But we don't want to be alone too much. We do need to trust and get ourselves back out there. All right. So, let's do a card right now for someone who really is content to be at home. You really don't want to go out and be with people because your pets are everything that you need and you love them and they love you. You might have three cats. I have a sense I'm speaking to somebody right now who has three cats. So if that's you, don't switch away. Let's watch. Okay, do it for you. Okay, so my dear, dear viewer, you may feel so content in your home. This is you by yourself. You can be free to be your full self, no judgment. No one's micromanaging you. You are truly happy in your life. Or are you? Is there a part of you who wishes for a person who would honor you, respect you, love you? Is there something inside of you that you're not even aware of that's tired of being alone? Let's take a look. And we got two cards have come out of the deck. Let's see what our third card is. It's very easy to stay at home. It's very easy to say no to invitations when people are inviting you places because part of you says it's just not worth it. And maybe you're right. I don't know. But if there's a chance that you could connect with someone that would bring joy to your life, you would want to take advantage of that, wouldn't you? You may be somebody that your friends have been telling you, you need to get out there. And every time they say it, you get annoyed. So here we have the Six of Pentacles. So let's pull all three cards and then I'll read. And the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. Okay, so the Pentacles are the suit of money, of course. And but I'm sensing that this energy is about love because the Pentacles are the suit that support making a relationship work. Okay. The cups, of course, are the emotions, and there's no cups here. We have pentacles. And so I'm feeling like because you may be a little socially awkward like me, you may be unsure of how to connect with people. And that can be difficult. But there's a way you can learn how to do it. The page is the card of I want to learn. Look at the look on her face. She's not overjoyed. She's a little intimidated. She needs skills. There is a great website or YouTube channel, and it's called Jimmy on Relationships. And he does adorable videos and speaking. Sometimes he puts a wig on and speaks as the female energy. Other times he presents the male point of view, but very short, interesting, and entertaining videos about how to connect. Accept the fact that you are just kind of clueless right now. It's no harm, no foul, just being honest with yourself. It's okay. This Six of Pentacles shows me that you do have experience. I'm sensing grandparents actually, that perhaps your grandparents had a really great relationship, and or it could be your parents. And as you look back to the past when you were a little kid, that there were some seeds that were planted back then about how people should treat each other. And there's certain standards that were put into place, and you feel like life has not given you that same thing. And you wonder, is there anyone for me out there? So you need to explore this for your own good. This Four of Swords, it's the person who's resting, and they've been resting for a long time. There's a cold energy around this, and the call is to get out into the sun. Take yourself out and be in the sun. Even here, where we see snow, we see that she does not have a coat on. So she's allowing the warmth of the sun to touch her skin. So, for sure, my dear viewer, you are being called to take steps to connect with people and do it for you, not for anyone else. Because when we do step out, even when we're uncomfortable, and you allow yourself to experiment with connecting with people, it's going to do you a lot of good. There's a part of your heart that's calling. One of the easiest ways to do this is through volunteering. If there's any a place, yesterday I had a very cool experience. I volunteered to teach a class on stress reduction at the senior center. And I was nervous. I always get a little nervous before I do the kind of work that I do, but it turned out great. I had four men and four women. There were eight people that wanted to listen, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it. It's the same kind of stuff that I teach you guys on Fridays in my private groups. But I didn't use words like chakra, and I didn't talk about tarot cards. I just talked about the heart of understanding ourselves, not being too hard on ourselves, and being brave enough to step out. It's amazing how you can teach concepts for one world, like you guys who love the cards like I do. And I can go to another world where I don't know anybody, what their beliefs are, and I can still talk about these truths because we do need to answer the call in our heart. So for this card, let's see what our divine door has to say. Oh, this is so interesting. Look at that Buddha. So this is a card. Look at it. This I've never had that. I haven't pulled this card yet in this deck, so I'm just intrigued by the art because it looks like a doorway without a door on it. It's an archway that's going forward, and it does show that meditative Buddha. So I feel like this is kind of what's been going on for you, that you have been in a place where you're not sharing yourself with humans and that you are working on your relationship with the divine, which is great. But what is the saying that they say? You don't want to be so heavenly minded that you're of no earthly good, where you have gifts and talents that people need to talk to you. You have many imperfections, but you also have joy and you have gifts to share. So you need to get out there. Okay, my friend? And here is your blessing. Abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. What a perfect card for you. You may not, excuse me, you may not feel 100% confident when you start going out, but neither do the people that you're going to cross paths with. Nobody, I mean, we get used to watching YouTubes and we watch television shows and movies and we watch an illusion of people that are always perfect. They always say the right thing, they always do the right thing, and that's not real life. There's a lot of times when you stub your toe and you embarrass yourself in public, and you know what? That's okay. It's fun. You learn to have a gentle sense of humor about your own problems, and people will love that about you. Okay, my friend? So, welcome. Hi, Kim. Welcome. I'm so glad you're visiting me today. I'm Catherine. This is Fish Out of Water Tarot. We are all about helping people feel more connected and more aligned in their path. So let's take a peek here and see what it is you are not seeing. If anybody who is watching would like to have a personal reading, just hit the super chat and I'll draw cards for you especially. So, meanwhile, for my general viewers, something lovely will grow from this. Okay, so something has been going on for you, my dear viewer, that has been a challenge. This is something you did not expect. It shocked you and it disappointed you. It could be a loss of a position. It could be a move, an unexpected move. It could be that someone passed away. I'm just sensing a chilly, kind of shocking experience. Could be a betrayal. Could be that someone that you really trusted ended up not being trustworthy. And it's difficult to believe that something lovely could grow out of something so painful. I know. I'm 72. I have had one or two disappointments across my lifetime. All right, let's take a peek here. What do the cards have to say for my friends? Something has disappointed you. Something has gone south. Something doesn't feel right. And you can't believe how could anything good come out of that horrible situation. Now I'm feeling like I want to say a word about awfulizing. Have you ever, hey Rhoda, welcome. Have you ever heard the term awfulizing? I have family member who's awfulizer, and if something like if he goes to a restaurant and something doesn't quite taste what he thought, he'll say, "This is terrible. This is the worst restaurant I've been to in my whole life." And I always laugh because it's not really, it's just a bad meal. But the fact is that you can take a situation and you can make it worse by how you talk about it. Aw, I'm sorry, Kim. Listen, my own dog, Bella, my beautiful Bella, I had her for 12 years and she passed away on September 25th. And it was rough. I mean, right now I'm starting to feel like I'm coming back to normal. I worked at the pet cemetery in San Diego for a while. And I really took great joy in helping pet owners create memorials for their pets, but my heart goes out to you and this beautiful pet beings. I just thank you so much for sharing that. Let's look at this card with that energy. See, I had that energy of something that's passed away. So, what, Kim, just take this in, take this to your heart, and know that something lovely will grow from this, which I'm sensing you already realize, but it's so true. Something good comes out of even the most desperate situations. Miss Rhoda, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate it, and I will get to you next, my friend. Okay. So here we have our viewers, especially Kim. And you know what, Kim? I'm just going to join with the energy because I do miss Bella. It I can think of her now without it stabbing my heart. But she was such a great dog. And I do have Murphy, and you guys who are regular, you know that Murphy could start barking at any moment, but he's napping behind me, so I love that. So I wanted to say, Kim and everyone else who really has had a disappointment, and you just can't even think that something lovely will grow. So here we have the Ace of Swords. What a great card. This is a guarantee because Ace of Swords suggests victory. Okay. When we learn how to let go of something that we cannot hold on to, we acquire great wisdom from above. On this particular card, I look at these three streams of light coming from the heavens. We do have, my belief system, we do have angels and guides. We have an inner being that loves us so much. Our inner being loves us the way we were intended to be loved, and connecting to that inner being can help us when we're going through very, very tough times. Okay. And so, even though it cuts like a knife when you've lost something that's dear to you, the truth is it's just a phase and that we will grow through it and something lovely will grow come from it, even if you don't believe it. I'm so glad that all y'all are here with me right now. Here we have the Three of Pentacles. So, what's important is that if you're isolating yourself because of the drama and the trauma, you need to get involved with other humans. There are grief groups that are wonderful. Here in the States, the humane societies have grief groups for pet owners. And it's a wonderful way to just be with people who have also suffered this loss. These days, I feel quite confident that there are grief groups for pets that are online that you could actually participate in. So if grief is part of what's going on, be connected. This Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork. Your victory comes through teamwork. It helps from asking for help and getting support. And here we have the Six of Wands. Oh, this is such a great reading. So, Kim, especially for you or anyone else who's suffered the loss of a pet, because that has just, it was so hard for me personally. It's like 2 months right now. And the whole first couple of weeks, I was really hurting. There was a lot of tears. But in the Six of Rods, this is a card that says you are doing great, even though you may not believe it because it's still a slow going and you're feeling the pain of that loss. There are people in your life right now, when they look at you, they think, wow, I wonder how they're doing as well as they are. So even on a day when you feel like your pet left yesterday and you're still struggling to say goodbye, understand that you are shining. There's something about how you have accepted this loss that is admirable and it's praiseworthy. All right. So the message is don't be afraid to ask for help and get on a team of people who can support you. It's hard to think about reaching out and getting a new pet sometimes, and you may not be ready for that. But there's often volunteer work you can do in the pet industry that may just help you to help other people with their pets. Some people are dog walkers. One of my members here, Janice, she does dog sitting and dog walking, and that's actually her career, and she has had many pets come and go over time. And she is totally understanding of the grief of it, but she always adopts a new pet. from a rescue and begins the cycle again. Okay, let's draw a card from the divine doors to my dear viewer. Oopsie. And here is your card. And then Miss Rhoda, you are next. What a gorgeous card this is. It just flung itself out of the deck. This red is the color of the root chakra. Do you know that when some people who lose a pet will say to me, I was more sad when my dog died than when my own father died. And I get that. There's something about how a pet aligns itself with our energy and supports us in ways that humans never could, right? And it can, when they do leave our lives, it can be very traumatic. I'm noticing here we have the red cape repeated. So again, even though you may feel like your chin is dragging on the ground and it's hard for you to move on, there are people in your life right now who love, respect, and support you, and they are proud of you. I'm proud of you for doing the best you can in a difficult situation. Here's your blessing. Do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. It's true that your pet was a divine guardian, wasn't it? Beans for you, Kim, touched your life in innumerable ways. Bella, my sweet pet, I can't imagine going through the last 12 years without her. I was able to go live in Mexico for 4 years, and she went right along with me, and I loved taking her there. And then moved back over to Tennessee, and she was here with me here for a couple years, and all of the different places we went, and how very important she was in my life, and that to honor her, I want to go forward carrying her best energy with me, and I want to make a difference. So, Bella and Beans, we thank the universe for you. Thank you for being in our life. All right, I have time. I'm going to do Rhoda here. Rhoda, let us see what it is that you are not seeing. And thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. Okay, let's take a peek. Remember to practice self-love. Rhoda. Rhoda has tapped with me and has we've consulted, and she understands more, and she's learning every day that about being the dangers of being codependent, the dangers of putting somebody else's needs ahead of your own. And it can feel mean sometimes because you have people that need you, and it just doesn't feel good to turn your back on them, and they may even call you that word that rhymes with witch and starts with a B, right? And you might feel like, no, I'm strong, I am in a good place, and it's perfectly fine for me to put their needs first because they really need me. But what you're not seeing is that you must practice self love first. I love that the card says, remember to practice self love. It doesn't say start to practice self love, Rhoda. So you know in your heart of hearts what's important for you. So let's draw our cards here and see what it is that you're not seeing about this need for self-love. The Fool card. Love the Fool. Sometimes people think, oh, that's not a good card, the Fool. Oh, no, it's a fabulous card because it means you're starting something. And honestly, if every day you gave yourself a fresh start, Rhoda, every day you decide, I'm taking care of myself today. Even though I don't know how, I'm putting myself first right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm putting myself first right now. A great affirmation for you, my friend. There's going to be a workshop, Rhoda, this Friday. So for the membership, and I would love to have you in that workshop because every week I do special recordings just for my members, and I would love to have you there. So let me know. I can tell you how to do this. Okay, and we have the Emperor show up. So the Emperor is take charge energy, right? The Emperor is the energy within you, Rhoda, that says no. No, and yes, yes and no. This is right for me. This is not right for me. I am choosing what I need for my own well being. This Emperor energy is boss. It honors you, and it helps you sort out what is right for you and what is not. We can't depend on somebody else to be our emperor. We have to decide for ourselves. And we have the Lover's card. Very interesting here. So, with the Fool and with the Emperor and the need to practice self love, I wonder, Rhoda, if you've met someone or if there's somebody new in your life that you're curious about and you're wondering, could this be a love match? And I would say, what these cards are saying is yes, you don't want to go backwards because backwards is not a place where you can expand. There's somebody that will be in your life who's strong. They have values and they'll mimic what you do when it comes to self-love. So it's the more you love, respect, and honor your own needs, the more likely it is that you will attract the kind of connection that will be sustainable. Every day is a new day. Every day is a fresh start. And I know through some of the work you've done privately that the one day at a time message is super important to you, right? And also remember that serenity prayer that you can do what you can do. Don't try to do what was not meant for you to do, and pray that the divine gives you the wisdom to know the difference. You know that this works. If you can get this placed within your energy that you are number one, you will find yourself on a brand new walk to the relationship that you're wanting. Okay, my friend, so glad that you're here today. Let's see, is there anything else? Meditation, yes. Rhoda, remember, and anybody else who's listening, I've been working with Sam Harris. It's an app called Waking Up. I'm able to give anyone I want a free month of training. It has really helped me because I have meditated for many years, but I never learned it the way Sam teaches it. And it's becoming easier and easier for me to detach from what other people think about what I'm doing and to simply do what I'm doing and do it for me. Okay. It's not selfish to put yourself first. Okay. So look at this card, Rhoda. Look at all those rocks, right? All hard surfaces. Where's the door here? Can you get through hard rock? No, you can't blast through hard rock. And I think that's part of what's been going on with some of your past relationships. There's a lot of hardness and stiffness that you can't break through. Let's see what the blessing is. Bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. So what this card is showing is that you may want to incorporate some smell into your sacred space. Palo Santo or sage, they have been used as sacred tools for centuries. You may have just bought yourself some, as a matter of fact. But if I look at this energy here, where she is in her space, right? She's by herself. She's practicing self love. Excuse me. She's practicing her self love. And I think that this card shows that even though you may want to give your life partly to somebody else, that's just fine. But you will always need to put yourself first. All right. So there you have it. Thank you so much, all of you who received your super chat readings today. I appreciate you. I'm going to be doing lives on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I'm cutting back a little bit because I'm working on some new programs. Very excited about them. I'll be sharing as they develop, but you can look for me on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. That being said, please email me. And I would be happy to get back to you and let you know how you can grow with our community. It would be a luscious opportunity. So do email me with any questions. Go forth and prosper, my friends. Remember, if you want a love magnet reading where I can tell you why you're, excuse me, why you're attracting the opposite of what you're wanting, shoot me an email. There is no charge, and I would love to do that for you. Take care, my friends. Have a beautiful day.